Welcome to Movie Time, and today we are counting down the top 10 web series and TV shows of 2023. Stay tuned until the end of the video and let us know in the comments which series is your favorite.
Number 10. Ahsoka. Ahsoka is an action-adventure television miniseries
That has been developed by Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni for Disney+. It serves as a part of the Star Wars franchise and is a spin-off from the popular series, The Mandalorian.
The events of Ahsoka take place within the same time frame as The Mandalorian and its interconnected spin-offs, occurring after the events depicted in Return of the Jedi in 1983. Rosario Dawson takes on the role of Ahsoka Tano, reprising her character from The Mandalorian. The highly anticipated series is scheduled to be released on August 23, 2023, and will consist of 8 episodes. The story centers around the character Ahsoka Tano, a former Jedi Knight, in the aftermath of the fall of the Galactic Empire. Ahsoka embarks on a mission to investigate a newly emerging threat to the galaxy. Her primary objective is to locate and confront Grand Admiral Thrawn, the strategic mastermind of the Imperial forces, who disappeared in the unknown regions prior to the destruction of the first Death Star. Number 9. Wolfpack. Wolfpack is a supernatural horror drama television series created by Jeff Davis for Paramount Plus, based on the 2004 book of the same name written by Edo Van Belkom. The series premiered on Paramount Plus on January 26, 2023. The series stars Armani Jackson, Bella Shepherd, Chloe Rose Robertson, and Tyler Lawrence Gray. The story revolves around a teenage boy and girl whose lives take an unexpected turn when a massive California wildfire disturbs the peace and awakens a horrifying supernatural creature. This creature is driven to attack a highway traffic jam situated beneath the blazing hills. Amidst the chaos, both the boy and girl sustain injuries, but find themselves strangely drawn to one another. They also discover a similar bond with 2 other teenagers who were adopted by a park ranger 16 years prior, following yet another enigmatic wildfire incident. As the night sky illuminates with the full moon, these 4 teenagers unite in an effort to unravel the mystery that connects them all: a werewolf's bite and the flowing blood within their veins. Number 8. Mayfair Witches.
Mayfair Witches is a supernatural thriller drama television series created by Esta Spalding and Michelle Ashford, based on the novel trilogy Lives of the Mayfair Witches by Anne Rice.
The series stars Alexandra Daddario as Rowan Fielding, Harry Hamlin as Cortland Mayfair, Tongai Charissa as Cyprian Grieve, and Jack Houston as Lasher. The first season of the series includes 8 episodes and premiered on AMC on January 8, 2023. In February 2023, the show was renewed for a second season. The story revolves around Rowan Fielding, a young surgeon in California. After the death of her mother, with whom she had not spoken for years, she uncovers a shocking secret. She discovers that she is the new heir to a witch family called Mayfair. As she delves into her family's past and background, she becomes aware of her own special powers.
While she must come to terms with these newfound abilities and adapt to her new identity, she must also confront a sinister force that has plagued the family for generations, causing torment and suffering.
Number 7.
Hijack.
Hijack is a drama thriller miniseries created by George Kay and Jim Field Smith, starring Idris Elba. The series consists of 7 episodes and premiered on June 28, 2023, exclusively on Apple TV+. The storyline revolves around a flight from Dubai to London that is hijacked by a terrorist group during the flight. The group attempts to ensure that no one on the ground becomes aware of this incident. On the other hand, one of the passengers,
Sam Nelson, played by Idris Elba, does everything in his power to gain the trust of the hijackers and find a way to escape this ordeal, ultimately defeating the terrorists. Meanwhile, on the ground, authorities and the police race against time to figure out what actions they should take. Number 6. From Season 2. From is a science fiction horror television series created by John Griffin for Epix, later rebranded as MGM+. The first season premiered on February 22, 2022. The series received a renewal for its second season in April 2022 and premiered on April 23, 2023.
In June 2023, it was announced that the series would be returning for a third season, scheduled to premiere in 2024. The series stars Harold Perrineau, Catalina Sandino Moreno, Ian Bailey, David Alpay, and Elizabeth Saunders.
The story of the series begins with a family entering a strange and terrifying town. It's a small, nightmarish town in the middle of America, where once someone enters, they can never leave. Now, the residents living in this town must find a way to keep themselves alive and seek a way to escape. In addition to the ordinary human inhabitants, there are also incredibly terrifying and nocturnal creatures that prey on the lives of these individuals and intend to take their lives. Number 5. Superman and Lois, Season 3. Superman and Lois is a superhero drama television series developed for the CW by Todd Helbing and Greg Berlanti, based on the DC Comics characters Superman and Lois Lane, created by Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster. Tyler Hoechlin and Elizabeth Tulloch star as the title characters Clark Kent, Superman, and Lois Lane respectively. Jordan Elsass and Alex Garfin portray the couple's twin sons, Jonathan and Jordan Kent, with Michael Bishop replacing Elsass in the third season.
The first season, comprising 15 episodes, premiered on February 23, 2021. The second season, also consisting of 15 episodes, premiered on January 11, 2022. The third season, comprising 13 episodes, premiered on March 14, 2023.
In June 2023, the show was renewed for a fourth season consisting of 10 episodes. The series centers around the life of the world's most famous superhero, the Invincible Superman, whose secret identity is Clark Kent and his wife, a renowned journalist specializing in comic books. They must navigate the challenges, pressures, and stresses of being busy and famous parents while also saving the world. Number 4. Warrior, Season 3.
Warrior is an action crime drama television series that premiered on April 5, 2019 on Cinemax. The series is produced based on a concept by the famous Chinese martial arts master Bruce Lee and is executive produced by his daughter Shannon Lee, along with film director Justin Ling. Following its initial success, the series was renewed for a second season by Cinemax in April 2019, which premiered on October 2, 2020. It served as Cinemax's final original programming before discontinuing production. In April 2021, the series was renewed for a third season, along with the announcement that the series would move to HBO Max. Later rebranded to Max, the third season premiered on Max on June 29, 2023. The story follows Assam, a martial arts prodigy who immigrates from China to San Francisco, United States, during the midst of the Tang Wars in the late 1870. From the moment of his arrival, his combat skills draw him into one of the Chinese mafia gangs called Hopway in the Chinatown district, unintentionally entangling him in the conflicts between the Tongs.
He, now entering a pivotal moment in San Francisco's history, embarks on a quest to find his sister. Number 3. Jack Ryan, Season 4.
Tom Clancy's Jack Ryan, or simply as Jack Ryan, is a political action thriller television series based on characters from the fictional Ryanverse created by Tom Clancy that premiered on August 31, 2018 on Amazon Prime Video. The series was created by Carlton Cuse and Graham Rowland. Krasinski stars in the series as the title character. Ahead of the third season, Amazon renewed the series for a fourth season, and in May 2022, it was confirmed the series would end after its fourth season, which premiered on June 30, 2023. The plot revolves around Jack Ryan, who assumes the role of the acting deputy director at the CIA, is assigned the critical mission of uncovering internal corruption within the agency. In the course of his investigation, he stumbles upon a string of questionable black operations that have the potential to jeopardize the security of the nation. As Jack and his team delve deeper into the extent of the corruption, they unearth a shocking truth: a dangerous alliance forming between a drug cartel and a terrorist organization. This revelation exposes a conspiracy that hits close to home, challenging Jack's unwavering faith in the system he has dedicated his life to safeguarding. Number 2. Silo.
Silo is a science fiction mystery drama television series created by Graham Yost based on the Wool series of novels by author Hugh Howey. The series stars Rebecca Ferguson, David Oyelowo, Common, Tim Robbins, Harriet Walter, Avi Nash, and Rick Gomez. The first season of the series includes 10 episodes and premiered for the first time on May 5, 2023 on Apple TV+. In June 2023, the series was renewed for a second season. The story of the series is about a large underground shelter called Silo in a post-apocalyptic future. Approximately 140 years ago, a catastrophe occurred where the air turned toxic and poisoned all of humanity. Without any knowledge of its history, several thousand people live in this 144-floor underground shelter and believe that the rules set for them are meant to protect them from the outside world. However, everything is not as the residents of this shelter think. Number 1. The Witcher, Season 3.
The Witcher is an action-adventure drama television series created by Lauren Schmidt-Hissrich for Netflix. It is based on the book series of the same name by Polish writer Andrzej Sapkowski. It stars Henry Cavill, Freya Allan, and Anya Chalotra. The first season, consisting of 8 episodes, was released on December 20, 2019. It was based on The Last Wish and Sword of Destiny, which are collections of short stories that precede the main The Witcher saga. The second season, also consisting of 8 episodes and based on the novel Blood of Elves, released on December 17, 2021.
In September 2021, Netflix renewed the series for a third season, which will also consist of 8 episodes, to be released in 2 volumes on June 29 and July 27, 2023.
This will be followed by a 4th season with Liam Hemsworth taking over the role of Geralt of Rivia. Season 3 builds upon the events of the previous season, with a central focus on Ciri's pivotal role as either the destroyer or savior of the world. Various factions vie for control over Ciri and her extraordinary abilities. However, Geralt chooses to conceal her, safeguarding his newfound family from imminent threats. Joined by Yennefer, they harness their powers to combat dark forces, while unraveling betrayal and conspiracy lurking in their midst.
Thank you for watching today's video. By subscribing to our channel, you'll be the first to know about new movie releases. You'll also have access to our curated list of must-see movies, ranging from classic films to the latest blockbusters. So, what are you waiting for? Hit the subscribe button and join our community of movie lovers today.